am I going to try to like overpower this just by willpower, just tell it to shut up or whatever and stop it that way? Or am I going to go the other route of trying to heal what is behind that voice or wherever that voice came from?
Welcome to the Think Profit Podcast. All information in this podcast is for educational purposes only and is not financial or health advice.
Hey Hugh, so here's a question. If you are trading and things aren't going very well and you have these like voice inside your head telling you that, you know, you're never going to make it, this is never going to work, you've been doing this for years, blah 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 blah. What would you say to a trader who's trying to overcome that?
Yeah, that's a tough one, right? It's it's actually difficult to understand where it comes from, at least initially. So you have to kind of dig into it and figure out, okay, you don't necessarily need to know where it comes from, but you do need to figure out how to overcome that. And sometimes the way to overcome that is not what you would think or what most people would tell you to do. So it's very much, in my opinion, like a process of exploration and kind of just trying different things. And there's so many different ways that you could attack that. But I think it really comes down to, okay, am I going to try to like overpower this just by willpower, just tell it to shut up or whatever and stop it that way? Or am I going to go the other route of trying to heal what is behind that voice or wherever that voice came from? And that's difficult also, or maybe it could be somewhere in between.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's a difficult one, but it's definitely one that you have to kind of work out on your own. I don't think there's a real like formulaic answer to it. So what do you think about that, and how do you get out of it?
Yeah, I think you kind of nailed it when you like talking about, where is it coming from? Because if you think about it, w- our that voice inside your head has is trying to do something. It's trying to help you, right? So we all carry our subconscious programming. And if that voice keeps telling us, keep nagging us, why are you doing this? This is never going to work. This is terrible. You're down 12% or whatever. It's trying to do something for you. It's trying to help you, right? So I think considering where it's coming from and what's the motivation behind that is useful. I also think that considering, so that's kind of like sort of an emotional approach. Like, okay, I have this in my head. Where is it coming from? Why do I have, what is it trying to protect me from? What is it trying to do? Right. The
Mhm.
other side is the logical side, which I think is really useful too, because you can say to the okay, fine, I've lost 6 trades in a row. My, right when I went live, I was back testing, everything was good. Now I've had 6 live trades and they're all negative. Okay. So the question is, um, am I really going to have, 15 or 20 like loser trades in a row? Is that really likely? Am I
Mhm.
following the system rules? Yes. Has my system made money in the past? Yes. Do the markets look about the same as they did in the past when I tested it? Yeah. Okay, is it really that likely then that I'm continue to shovel my way into this hole? And you know what I mean? Is that really likely? Or am I
Mhm.
sort of catastrophizing here and making it seem like it's you know what I mean? And thinking about my system has a 2-to-1 reward risk ratio. So I've had 6 losing trades. What happens if I get, three or four winning trades now in a row? What happens? All of a sudden I'm positive again. What was my historical win rate been? Well, it's been 62%. So, in all likelihood, I have a better chance that my next trade will be a winner than a loser. In fact, I have a 62% chance, right? That it's going to be a winner, just like every other trade I take. So, in some ways, you can sort of work your way around the logic of, oh, poor old me, the sky is falling sort of thing. So that's another thing to consider, I think, is that, you know, understanding that this thought is trying to help you, and then understanding that this thought also probably isn't correct. Like logically, it's just not true. It's just you're just drawing a straight line into the future saying, well, things are going to keep getting worse and worse, which is probably not the case. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, no,
That's kind of how, yeah.
yeah, no, totally. And I think that some people might see the voice like maybe the voice is, oh, you're a loser, or you're never going to win again. And you're saying that it's protecting you, and some people might get confused by that. So if I understand you correctly, it's protecting you by keeping you away from danger, keeping you away from like
Yeah.
a sad situation or a situation where you might get hurt, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah. It has your best interests at heart, even though,
Mhm.
um, yeah, even though it may it may sort of be hurting you into a decision that you really don't want, because your goal is to be a trader, your goal is to make this your living or whatever, but it's trying to stop you from getting harmed, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Mm. Okay, cool. Yeah. Thanks, Walter.
Thanks.